My name is Uzair Farooqui. I'm working for Finance Monkey. I'm the head of operations and co-founder. We started this company in 2015. Coming to the VAT, as we all know, from January 2018, the VAT is coming to UAE. I'll be talking about specifically for IT industries. For IT industries, there are two things that needs to be taken care of. They provide you the softwares, then they provide you the hardwares. The hardwares are fairly simple to discuss about in terms of VAT, because if you're manufacturing it or importing those VAT outside the GCC countries, you have to pay that 5% VAT upfront if you're importing it with the customs duty 5%. Now, just to make sure, customs duty 5% is not a tax, it's a government fee that you need to pay and you cannot claim it back. But the import 5% duty that you pay while importing those hardwares, you can claim it back when you're filing your returns and when you're filing your quarterly statements. Similarly with the softwares, if the software is being developed in the UAE, it's fairly simple. The company is doing all the development and then it's transferring the items to their customers, like the ERP softwares or the POS softwares. So that's fairly simple. But the thing that confuses the IT companies is, if they are doing that development outside the country or outside the GCC, how will that be taken care of? Now, if a software or any development is done outside the GCC country for the reselling purposes, like you get that software in UAE and you resell it to your customers within the local market, so you need to charge that 5% again. You need to pay that import 5% at the time of bringing that software in UAE, and then you transfer that same 5% to your customers while you are selling it to your local supplier, to your local customers. So yeah, fairly the IT industry also has the same VAT implications that other countries had, but IT is more about services. It's more about customer services. So you might see a less input VAT being paid compared to your output VAT, because there is one product or one development cost that you pay at the time of that inception of that software, but then you carry on doing that software upgradations, annual maintenance, new upgradations, new softwares from that same product that has been prepared or developed. So you rather see in an IT industry that you'll have more output VAT rather than the input VAT. So, I mean, for an IT industry, someone who is keen to know the impact on his company as being an IT industry, he needs to be very specific and sure about the input tax that he's paying. He needs to make sure that that development cost is within the UAE or outside the UAE. And at the same time, for the reseller purposes, it's fairly simple. He just needs to charge that 5% to his customers, and he needs to just adjust those input and output and pay his VAT to the government. So fairly, for the IT industry, that's the whole conclusion that we can draw for that. In the cases where are we having contracts which are done before the VAT applies, that is contracts done in 2016 or 17, and the services are being rendered after 2018 as well. For example, any IT company does a contract with a client that for next 3 years we'll do your complete AMCs, we'll provide you the equipments and all, and that contract was done in 2017. Now for 2018 and onwards, by the time the contract is valid, they need to adjust their contracts with the VAT implications. Like with the 5%, they need to readjust their contracts, they need to re-invoice, they need to change their invoice procedures from 2018 onwards, and they need to charge that 5% back from their customers. On the second hand, the contracts that are done before 2018 and are fully paid, but then the services are still to be rendered. So the clients, the company needs to readjust their invoices. They need to send their customers an invoice saying that these are the services that are being done after 2018 with VAT on it. So that means if they have paid you $100 for your invoice, which your invoice was for $100, and they have already paid you that $100 before 2018, you need to send them an invoice clearly showing that this is the $100 which is paid, but on that $100 we need to charge you 5%, and you need to pay that because those services are falling after December 2017. It totally lies with the company. They want to change their prices after some time with the new contracts, or they want to immediately change and ask for this 5% from the customers. Anyways, they have to pay this 5% either from their pocket or charging it back from the client. But it's the company's decision, it's the company's policy either to transfer this tax to their end user or the customers, or pay it from their pocket, but they have to charge it and they have to pay it.